What just happened at the Stellar Gospel Music Awards 2025 has the entire industry talking. Jamal Roberts and Jonathan McReynolds stepped on stage in a way no one expected. A performance that shocked the audience, set social media on fire, and left fans wondering whether they had just witnessed the boldest moment of the night or the most controversial shift in gospel music this year. Because what happened wasn't just a duet. It triggered ripple effects that are still shaking the industry. The Stellar Awards have always been more than a show. It's the night where gospel music, culture, and faith collide. Every year brings powerful performances, but once in a while something happens that flips the script entirely. And in 2025, that moment came when Jamal Roberts and Jonathan McReynolds joined forces on stage. Jamal Roberts has been rising fast, building a name with his authenticity, bold style, and a willingness to challenge norms. His message resonates with younger audiences who see him as a voice of transparency and raw truth. Meanwhile, Jonathan McReynolds is already a respected figure, a Stellar Awards veteran known for soulful vocals and thought-provoking lyrics that blend faith, honesty, and artistry. When these two very different artists appeared together, no one predicted what was about to unfold. Their performance didn't just earn applause. It caused debates, backlash, praise, and confusion all at once. Some fans called it groundbreaking, the beginning of a new era in gospel music. Others argued it pushed too far, challenged tradition, and blurred lines that shouldn't be crossed. But underneath all the noise were deeper questions. What really happened on that stage? Why did this moment stand out so dramatically? And what does it mean for the future of Jamal Roberts, Jonathan McReynolds, and gospel music itself? When Jamal Roberts stepped onto that Stellar Award stage, it wasn't just another performance slot. It was a moment loaded with meaning. Jamal represents a new generation, a generation that refuses to separate faith from real-life struggle. His music speaks about identity, culture, pain, and perseverance. And while many young fans adore him, some traditionalists see him as pushing gospel too far into contemporary territory. That tension is part of what made this performance so powerful. Jonathan McReynolds, on the other hand, represents stability, the thoughtful, grounded voice in modern gospel. For over a decade, he has balanced mainstream appeal and gospel authenticity with grace. So when Jonathan teamed up with Jamal, it wasn't just a collaboration. It was a symbolic moment, almost like a generational handshake. But that symbolism became even more intense once the music started. The stage fell silent, and a spotlight revealed Jonathan strumming his guitar. His gentle, emotional beginning set a peaceful tone. Then Jamal entered, not quietly, but with presence and power. Bold attire, charged energy, and a vocal style that immediately shifted the atmosphere. The contrast between them was striking. Jonathan's soft sincerity paired with Jamal's raw fire. It felt unexpected, almost risky, and the audience was visibly startled. As the music built, the visuals shifted into something more modern and high-energy than the Stellas usually showcase. Jamal leaned into it, bringing movements and vocal runs reminiscent of a contemporary concert. Jonathan remained steady, anchoring the performance while still rising to meet Jamal's intensity. The blend shouldn't have worked, but somehow it did. Then came the moment that changed everything. Instead of sticking to the planned arrangement, they launched into an extended, improvised bridge. Jamal cried out lyrics about struggle and redemption with unfiltered emotion. Jonathan responded with gentle, scripture-infused lines that wrapped around Jamal's passion. It felt spontaneous, almost like a spiritual tug-of-war happening live on the stage. And then Jamal went even further. He shifted into a spoken-word moment aimed directly at the gospel industry. He talked about breaking chains, embracing authenticity, and refusing to let tradition silence new voices. It wasn't subtle. It was a declaration. Jonathan leaned in rather than backing away, harmonizing in support of Jamal's words. And that's when the divide in the room became impossible to ignore. Some people rose to their feet, shouting like they were in a revival service. Others sat frozen, uncomfortable and shaken. Cameras captured everything. Legends approving, traditionalists frowning, younger fans recording the entire thing for TikTok. and social media exploded. Within minutes, hashtags began trending worldwide. Supporters praised the moment as revolutionary. Critics called it disrespectful. And memes comparing the performance to a hip-hop concert spread like wildfire. But behind the scenes, things got even more interesting. Whispers began circulating that producers were not expecting what happened. Some claims suggest Jamal and Jonathan improvised far more than approved, including the extended bridge and the spoken word section. Rumor has it that producers debated cutting Jamal's mic, but backed off to avoid escalating the situation. Whether true or not, the speculation only fueled the controversy. Think pieces popped up within hours. Some called the performance a prophetic wake-up call. Others said it marked the decline of traditional gospel reverence. The divide wasn't just about music. It revealed a long-standing generational tension in gospel. Tradition versus evolution. And that's why the Jamal Roberts and Jonathan McReynolds performance wasn't just a moment. It became a cultural conversation, a breaking point, a signal that gospel music is shifting faster, louder, and more boldly than many expected. This wasn't just a performance. It was a turning point, one that gospel music will be talking about for a long time.